Tell the house who you saved.
I saved Mandy Hagen.
BK, think fast, bro.
I would marry Nate, kiss Mshini,
Yes.
Eviction NSUKU.
Guys, in the history of BEEKAY Mzansi in recent times, and when I say in recent times, I mean the last 3 to 4 years, if the show had been on in that time frame, tonight was the best live eviction of all. And I couldn't even help but, what? This was crazy. And let's be honest, we kind of suspected and could predict that this was going to happen after what the evicted housemates did in the past weeks. So let's start from the beginning, right? Guys, I'm going to give you the full lowdown on the live eviction as it progressed, and I'm going to attach a little bit of videos at the end so you get to see what actually happened. Not a long form, but something enough to understand and buttress the narration and analysis that I give. So of course, the show started with a very nice performance from a traditional South African music band. Now, I don't know their name, but it was really lovely to watch. Like, at a point, I started dancing with them. It was really nice. And then we had the host, Smash Africa, welcome us to the 5th live eviction. He also welcomed an alumni of Big Brother Mzansi Season 4, Siamosha Season, Lerato Modise. Now, then we had a quick recap of the last week's nomination. And then soon we went into the house where Smash Africa congratulated the first female head of house. Then he called the housemates who were up for eviction one by one to stand up. That was Ezra, LUZUKO, Mandy Hagen, Nate, NSUKU, Uyanda, SIPHA, and Swiss. There are 8. And then he asked the head of house whom she had saved with the authority, the veto power that Big Brother gave her to save only. And then that was when she announced that she had saved Mandy Hagen. Smash Africa then had to move to the housemates to ask some very, interesting questions. He asked BK to think fast, marry, kiss, and evict between NSUKU, Nate, and Mshini. He just quickly said NSUKU, Nate, and Mshini. So people were asking who is evicted, who is kissed, and who is married. And then he was like, oh, that was what I meant. Then he started laughing because we knew that he wanted to run away from that, indicating who was getting it. And then Smash had to confront him. That was when he responded saying, okay, he will marry NSUKU, he would kiss Mshini, he would marry Nate, kiss Mshini, and then evict NSUKU. And literally, even though she was smiling, we could see that her countenance around her changed. And this was probably going to cause some problem. Then we moved to SIPHA, who was asked about his side talks that keeps happening with Ashley Ugu. And then he revealed that, those little times that they were talking. Now, everybody should remember that, he, SIPHA, and Ashley Ugu were kind of close during the beginning of the show, but then they grew apart. And of course, it was because of our bond with Sweet GULUVA. And then, SIPHA was revealing the fact that Ashley told him that they can't keep up with the friendship. He should, keep his distance and all that because he's interfering in her ship and the bond that she's building with Sweet GULUVA. Then, of course, Smash Africa had to ask Sweet GULUVA, are you threatened by it? What do you think about, or what do you feel about it? He's like, he's a simple person. He doesn't have any issues with it. It is what it is. And then Smash Africa moved to SIPHA, whom he asked a question about what she had been saying. She had some opinions about Nate. What has she been saying? Now, this girl was actually beating around the bush, but then when she was pressured by the host, she said, well, I've heard things that was being said about Jojo and things that were being done to Jojo. And, in my opinion, when it comes to Nate, I feel it is very silly and not cool for people to be using others because that's not how it's supposed to be. Of course, then Smash had to call the housemates who were up for eviction. He started and said, NSUKU, you are safe. He moved on to Uyanda, whom he revealed that Uyanda was also safe. And then he said, LUZUKO, you have been evicted from the BEEKAY Mzansi Season 5 show. Like, I kind of expected it, but people shouted, thinking it was not going to happen, right? And then, of course, After a short break, we came on stage. There was Luzuko and Smash Africa sitting, and then he was asked if he regretted being in the midst of the Bandana Boys. He said no, he doesn't. And then he was asked by Lerato Modise that, you know, what was your biggest take from the show? He said being himself, learning a lot of things by of himself, and you know, he believes that he did shut down the show. And then Lerato was like, no, you're a fine boy, but you see, shutting down the show, you did not. We did not get to see that from you. And it was really interesting to hear such a response from her. He was also asked who was the snake in Big Brother's house and who is he rooting for. He was like, let me be honest, I would back up SIPHA on this one. I think Nate is the snake in the house, and I would root for my boy Swiss to win the show. But, you know, we did not know what the show was going to take out on us tonight. And then, of course, Smash went back into the house, and then he had to reveal and told the housemates who were up for eviction. There were 3. That was Ezra, SIPHA, and if I'm not mistaken, Nate. Right? I think so. And then he announced that Ezra has been evicted from the show. And honestly, it's a crazy night. Ezra came on stage and he was asked how he feels. He said he feels gutted, that he did not expect it. He also responded to a question saying that, well, he regretted a little bit of some company he kept, but he hinted that, you know, he should have learned to filter. He did not regret the company he kept, but he regretted some kind of words he might have used. He should have controlled and filtered some words. And he responded that yes, he might also have bullied some of the housemates, admitting that, you know, he had to use the force of his masculinity and authority. He likes to be in control, and he doesn't like it when people push at him, because that is what naturally would happen when you push at him. He also added that in the house, he had to kiss a number of ladies, and there were like 3. He made out with Martha, Mandy, and probably Jojo. And then it was really crazy, honestly.
Because Ashley and I were close at first, so she just lets me know with infit, you know, just keep your distance. In
Luzuko, you have been evicted.
You didn't burn the house down, though.
Ezra, you have been evicted.
But it turns out it was going to be a triple eviction, as we were not done. Smash then announced that only 2 of the remaining housemates are going to move on to the show. And then he announced that SIPHA had been evicted from the show. Now, this came as a shock to a lot of people, but not to me, because as it is, Big Brother was literally picking the Bandana Boys like flies. Smash got SIPHA on stage and asked him if he was the ringleader of the Bandana Boys, and he said yes, of course. He also responded saying that what he shared with his guys was a good moment and good friendship. That was why he shared some of the banana. He added that being on the show is a lifetime, once in a lifetime thing, and he's very grateful. He revealed that Jojo is very underestimated in the show, and then he predicts that Ashley and Sweet GULUVA's relationship is not going to last. But of course, he wishes that he did made a move on Ashley, but it was his loss because he did not. Now, of course, that's how the show went, and that was all we had. Smash encouraged the housemates to play their game at their best and bid them a good night. Now, of course, I'm going to see you on the next videos, because I'm going to bring you updates on how it went on after the eviction tonight.
SIPHA, you have been evicted.
What's one thing the fans don't know about me? I guess you find out throughout the 11 episodes, right? Yeah, the live show is 11 episodes, remember? I'm not there all the time like them. Yeah, so I just hit them with that. The second thing that they don't know is that there's a lot of hard work that goes into Big Brother Mzansi during the festive season. So by the time when I arrive there, I know what the heck I'm talking about and what I'm doing, and essentially what the objective of a live host speaks to. What I'm going to bring are more fashion, more crazy outfits, more crazy hair outfits, and I'm hoping that I influence culture in terms of how we express ourselves, and people are just comfortable with that. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel.
Let it take 2.